Hi, Nirothambi Pillay here from Investment Rise. And I get this question all the time. Niro, I have my home, I have a mortgage on it. Shouldn't I wait until I pay my mortgage off before I buy an investment property? And the answer to the question is, well, it depends. Here's what I mean by that. Number one, is it even affordable for you to buy an investment property right now? In other words, do you have the surplus cash flow, or is your existing mortgage on your home eating up your ongoing cash flow? And if there's nothing left at the end of the month, then my recommendation is, and look, this is not financial advice at all, but my recommendation would be, look, consider your cash flow. If you don't have any surplus cash flow on a month-to-month basis, then investing in property might be risky. So then you would look to potentially pay down your mortgage first. Secondly, look at the equity position on your home. Here's what I mean by that. If you have a home that's worth, say, $1 million and you owe maybe $750,000, even if you've got some great cash flow and you've got a good income, you don't have a lot left over in terms of equity on your home to be able to invest. Why? Because banks today, when they consider surplus equity on your home, what they do is they take the value of their home, so in this example, say $1 million, then they multiply by 80%, so 80% of $1 million is $800,000, subtract the debt that you've got, which is $750,000, only gives you $50,000 worth of available equity. That's obviously not enough for you to look at a decent investment property. So in that case, you would look to pay down your mortgage. But if you're in a position where you have paid down your mortgage a fair bit, or you've had some equity growth in your home, say you've owned your home in Sydney or Melbourne over the last few years, the question then is, should you wait to pay off your mortgage first, or should you invest? Well, if you were to wait to pay off your mortgage, the question is, how long would you be waiting for? I mean, how long will it take you on your current situation before you pay off your mortgage? Is it going to be 15 years? Well, if you're going to be waiting 15 years, consider this. What would the price be of an investment property in 15 years' time? I mean, could you potentially have bought something for, say, $450,000 today that in 15 years' time was worth, say, $750,000, even if then that would be not a good performing investment? Well, then you would have made that extra $300,000 in capital gain, right? So you've got to look at your financial goals and consider, first of all, your cash flow position. Can you actually afford an investment property? Secondly, when you're looking to buy that investment property, what is the cash flow profile? In other words, when the rent comes in and you do all your numbers, does it cost you money? And if it costs you money, is that going to affect your lifestyle? Or is it going to put money into your back pocket, right? But so there are a number of things you need to consider. But if I look at a bottom line question, the bottom line would be this. Is buying an investment property now going to be better for you in the long term than waiting until you pay off your mortgage? Because consider, by waiting, what capital growth will you be missing out on? I mean, for example, there are people in Sydney who had their home in Sydney in 2011, 2012, who could have afforded to buy an investment property in Sydney or Melbourne, but chose not to. Consider how much further they are behind right now because of the opportunity cost. They could have bought a property in 2011, 2012, as I said, had it grow in value, and then just sold it and made a couple $100,000, if not more. Right? So yes, you need to look at your affordability, your ongoing cash flow. But if you've got that cash flow, if your affordability is good, if your mortgage isn't really stressing you out, then seriously look to get into the investment market. Yes, make sure you do your research. Yes, make sure you buy quality property. Yes, make sure the rental yields are strong so your lifestyle isn't impacted. But always remember that the sooner you get into an investment property in a quality market, especially in a growing market, the more chance you have for capital growth, the faster then you can create wealth and get to your wealth creation goals, wealth achievement goals, your investing goals, whatever they happen to be for you. So the answer to the question is should you wait until you pay off your mortgage? As I said, if the cash flow is good, then and you've got the affordability both from a month-to-month perspective, but also from an equity or savings perspective, then always look to get into that investment market as soon as you can and do your research, buy in a growing market. But when you do, you'll almost certainly find that if you do your research correctly and you take advantage of the opportunities in front of you, investing now versus waiting 10, 12 years to pay off your mortgage, maybe longer if that's your scenario, will almost always get you ahead financially. I hope that helps. Bye for now.